Welcome to this week's episode of Fayetteville Public Library's Kids Create series. My name is Miss Allison, and I'm really excited to have you with me today because I have not one, but 3 projects for you to try. And they're all designed to help you celebrate Halloween, which is coming up soon. You can use these projects to decorate your room and create your very own haunted house. Does that sound cool? Yeah, I'm excited about this. Let me show you the first of the 3. It's very easy to do. These are spiral ghosts, and you can hang them from the ceiling. Maybe you have a ceiling fan, and you can hang these for maybe the light. And then if you turn the fan on the lowest setting, it'll make them bob up and down. Or maybe if you've got a curtain rod in front of your window, you can hang it up there and open the window, and the breeze will make them move around. But this one has kind of a goofy face. This guy looks like he's a little scared. He's got more of a spiral. He's a longer fella. There you go. They kind of bob up and down. And then this one, he's kind of a mean looking ghost. All right, very easy to do, and you can make them in all sizes. If I'd been thinking about it, I would have made a tiny little ghost. You don't have to use the entire sheet of paper. You're just going to take a sheet of white paper. It can be printer paper or cardstock, and you're going to make a spiral. You'll start in the center of the page, and as you take your line outward, you're going to get a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger, because where you end is where the ghost's head will be. All right, and the nice thing about this is that you can adjust it while you're cutting it. If the spiral didn't quite turn out like you want, it's very easy to fix. You can use a pencil and erase, or if you used a pen or a marker, you can trim it up once you get the spiral cut if it didn't quite turn out like you wanted. So I'm going to make a spiral to show you what it looks like before it's cut. Start small, and I'm going to get gradually larger. There we go. Oops, went off the page. All right, like I said, it does not have to be perfect. That's what I kind of like to do when I pick these crafts, is they're easy to adjust if it doesn't quite turn out the first time like you want. Kind of looks like a snail's shell, doesn't it? All right, so started out a little bit small, and you can make the spiral a lot more detailed. You can make more curves in it, and that way your ghost will really stretch out long from where you decide to hang it. Okay, so let me cut it out real quick so you can see what it looks like. Real quick. You could make a bunch of these and just have them in a swarm underneath your ceiling fan, or maybe you can hide them in a closet on the rod where your clothes hang, or your siblings' clothes hang, so that when they open the closet door, boo, there's a ghost waiting for them. All right, I'm doing this real quick, so it's a little sloppy, but you'll get the idea. You can trim it up and make it look really nice. Okay, there you have it. That's all you have to do. Let me kind of curve, or add more of a curve to his face. All right, and let's see, what kind of face should we give him? Should we make him a mean ghost, a scary ghost? I think so. All right, so you can just take a Sharpie or a black crayon, your choice. Draw some eyes and a nose. And give him downward pointy eyebrows. Ooh. This guy is. Oh my. This one is really scary. There you go. Ooh, yep, he's grouchy. And so then what you can do is take a hole punch, or just the tips of your scissors, and make a little hole in the top. And you're going to take a piece of yarn and make a loop, and it's ready to hang. I think you can, I will look the next time I'm in Hobby Lobby or Walmart, that I believe you can buy fluorescent paint, and maybe you could even dab a little bit onto these so that they would glow in the dark, which would be even cooler. There's your scary guy bobbing up and down in the breeze. Okay, so that's your first one, easy peasy. So we've got our ghost. Next, we must have spiders. All right, you're going to make a paper plate spider web. How fun is that? Pretty neat. I decided to paint my paper plate brown, and it kind of looks like I thought maybe the hole in a hollow tree, and the spider's built his web across the hole, or maybe it could be an old round window frame in a haunted house that the glass is broken out of, and the spider's decided to build his web across the opening. So you can paint your paper plate whatever color you like, black, green, orange, any color that you associate with Halloween, whatever your imagination comes up with. So you'll need to cut the center of the paper plate out first, and then paint it the color of your choice. Let it get good and dry, and then you're going to punch holes around the inside of what's left of the plate. Okay, and you can punch as many holes in it as you like. If you want your web to be really elaborate, you can punch a bunch of holes. I didn't do quite so many in this one for time's sake, but you can certainly punch as many holes as you wish. You're going to need about 4 or 5 feet of yarn. Your parents can help you measure that out. Again, you don't have to use white necessarily. You can use whatever color that you prefer. Like a neon green would be really cool. What you'll do is you will secure the yarn on the back of the plate with just a piece of tape, and then you can start building the web. All right, and you can make it a pattern if you like. Spiders do theirs in a very beautiful, very symmetrical pattern. I kind of like to do mine in a random way. It's totally up to you. You're going to take the other end of the yarn, and if you have a cat around, be ready to have that cat start playing with it, because mine did that earlier and ran away with my yarn. And you'll just thread it through. Oops, it was so long it got knotted up. That happens when you deal with too much thread or yarn. Sometimes it can get knotted up on itself. Let's see if I can get this fixed. There we go. All right, so we've got one going across, and I think, and you're going to go in the front of the plate and out, and then through the back and forth. And the nice thing about this craft, again, like the other one, you can adjust it if it doesn't turn out, if it's not working out like you want it to. You can pull the yarn back out and start all over again. That's really nice about this. It's very easy to work with. So I think I'll just thread my yarn through that hole. And got another one going. I think I'll do just a couple more, and we'll move on to the final project. There we go. Just like that. You see how it's forming the web? And you can just zigzag in whatever pattern you want. And you can double it back and go through some of these holes twice if you want to really make an elaborate web. It's totally up to you, just whatever looks good to you. And then you can either find some plastic spiders at Walmart or a party store. I'm sure that you'll be very easy to find those in the Halloween decoration aisle. I made mine just out of construction paper and drew eyes and a little set of fangs on him. Made him a friendly spider because I don't like spiders. Spiders are bad enough without looking scary. And then just secured him to his web with a piece of tape. And you can make a bunch of these. You can hang them in your window and let the breeze blow them back and forth, or just hang them wherever you think they might, surprise somebody. All right, that's project number 2. This last one I absolutely love, and I'm very excited for it to get dark because I can't wait to light this up and see what it looks like. This is a little lantern, literally Jacko Lantern. You're going to put a tea light in these. You can use actual little tea light candles, or for safety, especially if you want to put it in your room and leave it on for a little while, you can use the battery operated tea lights. You're going to need a glass jar. You can get all different sizes and either create a bunch of different types of jack-o'-lanterns, or you can do monsters, vampires. I'm going to show you how to do Frankenstein's monster here in a minute. I think that's what I thought that would be a fun variation on this. You'll just need a glass jar, jelly, pickles, olives, something like that. You'll need to make sure it's good and washed. You'll have the label peeled off and let it get good and dry. And then you can take Elmer's glue. Some people will suggest Mod Podge, which is a different kind of glue. Elmer's glue works just fine. And you'll need tissue paper. And again, you're just going to use whatever color you want, depending on what your design is that you prefer. And I just like to tear them. I don't necessarily, like to make them really even with scissors, but that can be certainly something that you do. I just like to tear them and let them kind of take whatever shape they want. With the pumpkin, I put the strips of paper vertical, up and down, to kind of give the pumpkin, or the striped look that actual pumpkins have. For Frankenstein's monster, I'm going to do them horizontal. Ooh, that's another good idea. I just thought a mummy would be really cool. You could use white tissue paper for that. Oh, wish I thought about that. I may have to make another one of these when I'm finished making this video. All right. I've already got it started, and all you have to do is take your Elmer's glue, and you can either dab it on your brush, and I like to use foam brushes, but you can use a paintbrush if you like. I actually, like I said, you can put it directly on the brush, or you can just simply put it directly on the jar. And then brush that glue out. And I wouldn't cover the whole jar at once. I'd work in sections, because the glue is going to get gummy and then dry a little bit, probably before you're finished. And all you have to do is just secure that tissue paper to that glue. Just wrap it around. And then, just to make sure it's nice and secure on there, I like to take the glue, put some more on my brush, and I like to seal it on the top of the paper as well. Just dab it gently, especially when you're working with tissue paper, because it can tear really easily. And this is just a nice way to make sure that it seals. Okay, I left a little gap there that I'll have to go back and cover up with more tissue paper. But that's what's nice about this, using tissue paper, especially when you do it in torn strips, is you're not having to make it perfect or exact, and you can go back and add where you like. There's really no messing up with this. Okay, so I've got the green, and then you can see where I've started his hair. If you've ever seen Frankenstein's monster, either in cartoons or in the movie, he's got kind of a ragged fringe of black hair, and I just used construction paper for that. I didn't have black tissue paper, but the cool thing about that is that that black is really going to show up really with a neat effect whenever I've got the tea light in there. And so you just can take, I'm going to finish his hair just simply by grabbing a scrap of black construction paper. I'm going to make it just kind of uneven. Frankenstein's monster is not really picky about his hairstyle being perfect. And I think this time I'll put the glue back on the jar directly and finish putting his hair all the way around. Whoops. Kind of smeared out there. And you just put his hair right in place. And you kind of do the same thing that you did with the tissue paper. You want to go back over the top of the construction paper with your glue, and it just kind of seals it in place. And then what I will do next is add the eyes and the mouth. There we go. There. And you're all done. And you can just set a lot of these all around your room, on your dresser, on your bedside table, and put the little tea lights in them, and they'll be glowing in a really spooky way to add to your Halloween scene, your haunted house in your bedroom with your spiders and your ghosts. So there you have it. 3 ways to get ready for Halloween. I hope you have a great time with these. As always, I would love to see your versions of this project or these projects. So feel free to put a photograph underneath this video on our Facebook page. It'd be a lot of fun to see what you come up with. I hope you have a very happy Halloween, a wonderful autumn. This is my favorite time of the year, and the colors and the temperatures and everything. It's just a fun time, and so I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have fun getting ready for Halloween. I'll see you again soon. Bye.